2022 Subaru Outback, and I have the ARKSEN roof rack. I bought the 64 by 39, I believe it is, so it had the center, removable center piece, and I was really hoping to sit there and be able to use the full extent of the basket, but I actually had to take out the center piece, and this is, I'm going to tell you why. So on these new Subarus, they have these new roof rack mounts, and they're extremely high. And the basket will, as you can see, it's fairly level with this edge piece, and then you come across this right here. So if you put the center extension in it to make it longer, this basket's actually going to be higher because it needs to clear this obstructions. And it's kind of odd because on the Subaru you have this side that is open, and on the other side it is not open, as you can see. I did actually install a light bar onto mine, which I think is actually pretty sweet. Anybody that has questions on this stuff, I can tell you where I got these brackets and then where the light bar came from. But that's kind of the setup I was going for. But so as you can see, I can only use the smaller version of it because of how high and obstructing that this new style roof system that Subaru has. As you can see, the same in the back. It's open over there and it's open here, so you could potentially go a little bit further, but obviously putting the center extension in, that's going to go way past this. As you can see, I've already chiseled up a little bit of the center, or of this edge here, trying to figure that out. And then you have your shark fin antenna that also is not going to clear. So you're going to have to, if you want to sit there and use the full extent of this basket, and you did get the bigger one, and you did want to put the center extension in to make it longer, you are going to have to get different risers. Now, I do not like these mounts. That's the one thing I'm not a fan of, because these castle nut style things stick really high out, and when you put stuff in here, they get in the way. Like, this is stupid. And then these mounts are not really designed for the Subaru. I was struggling to center them. I was struggling to get them level with the car. It was tough to sit there and get them completely level with it. One side was dipping into the actual roof than the other side, so it's very difficult, as you can see, to line these up correctly, as in this side is going to be closer than this side. There's a gap here, and you can't really shift it around because these aren't going to line up directly with your cross member bar here. But it does work if you just take the time to make it work. But if you do want to put in that full extension portion like I want to do, you have to get something that's going to lift this basket a little bit higher to be able to clear these obstructing, this really high roof mounting system that is now on the new cars. So what I might do is I might get newer brackets and maybe some type of block to put on top to make this sit higher off, so I can actually use the full system and be able to clear this fin and actually clear this area. And essentially, I would really like to see this whole system be more right around here and lined up with this versus tucked away way back here. So, but all in all, this is a pretty sturdy system. I had a whole bunch of gear on the roof, and I can actually grab this and shake my whole car. So this isn't going anywhere. It's might need a little bit of tightening once in a while, but you drive pretty far, so tighten as needed and check it every once in a while. But it's sturdy. I like it. It's pretty good. So I'd give it, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. And then I like the fact that I could do what I want with the light bar and put that on there too, and I think that's going to look really good. So overall, this it's a pretty solid system. Sometimes things don't line up a little bit, like those two pieces right there, but I feel like that can be manipulated with just tightening and readjusting a couple things. But I hope this helps for people that have newer cars and the newer roof systems, that these universal baskets can be a little bit of a pain, but they can still essentially work.
And even with the basket mounted on top of it, you still have a little bit of clearance on the garage door. It would not hit your garage door, rest assured. Alright, there you go, guys. Mm-hmm.